Full disclosure, everybody, I had to start this episode all over again because I made a inappropriate tone-deaf foster care joke about my son and thought, I don't really feel like getting him kicked out of his Montessori program, so I'm just going to dial it back and we're going to restart. Jackie, what was the joke? I don't know, just that like we have a new little lullaby and it includes the following terminology: foster care, orphanage, late-term abortion. Not of the times, but kind of the times. I want to be very honest with you. Also, if you're watching the video, I just caught a glimpse of some winter peonies that I have in a vase on the coffee table, and there are petals strewn all over the place. Not sure if that's a word. And it really feels reminiscent of my current mental state. This is whatever the opposite of shtick is. I need to be honest with you from the fucking jump, okay? Because I make jokes to like go through the motions. Like I do love a foster care joke, and Clyde laughs now. He has no idea what it means, obviously. He's 15 months old and like eats glue, but I kind of like have this little song for him about foster care. I'm like, do you want to stay like in West Coast, East Coast? Would you prefer a Midwest family? Whatever. We browse. But what was I saying? Fuck me in the goddamn butt hard. Anywho, I mean this and I say this with the utmost of transparency and authenticity. This is not for shtick or sport. I am so deeply, deeply burdened and overstimulated by my family. And it is really fucking up my flow. My husband and my son are annoying the shit out of me. And sometimes I close my eyes and I think, this was all a huge mistake. Not all the time, but sometimes. Like I don't have the mental endurance for like consecutive days of parenting and wifing. And I applaud women that, are making their own Fruit Loops at home and toxic mom culture on the internet. But I am in my mom era, but I am lusting. I am fantasizing. It's funny because I'm being dead serious. Like I'm dead serious. I am super happy and joyful. I would say 96% of the time. But the 4% of the time that I'm just like exhausted and fucking over it, like I curse the day. I literally curse the day that Andrew and I threw caution to the wind and raw dogged it once and got fucking pregnant. I cursed the day Andrew was born, and I cursed the day it was October. I know, because it was right after my friend Julian's birthday. It was about October 26th, 2022. Okay. She believed she could, and she fucking did. And I am, I think back and I'm like, oh God, if we could do it all over again. I'm obviously joking, but sometimes I wonder, I'm like, because when you look on the internet and everyone's so fucking happy and live, laugh, loving with their children, like skipping into the sunrise. And I don't feel that way all the time. Like I want to chuck both of them and like hightail it to anywhere and pretend that I don't even have a family. Like I said, it's only 4% of the time, but I'm there right now. I've had like a rough 3 days with the child and the husband. Andrew asks me, I love this podcast so much. It really does feel like therapy. I already feel better and lighter. Andrew asks me too many fucking questions. From the second I wake up to the second I go to sleep, I am burdened with his lack of resourcefulness. And I have to say to him, just in the past 15 minutes, I said, Andrew, I don't work for Bank of America, so I'm not privy to their holiday hours. Andrew, I'm not a veterinary specialist, so I'm not entirely clear on where to purchase CBD for this dog. Andrew, I am not a childhood nutritionist, therefore I'm not sure if he's able to eat so and so. It is all day, every day. I said, Andrew, here's the deal. This is just partnership 101. When I allocate a task, is it allocate? Allocate? Fuck me, I don't care. Whatever it is. When I assign, let's use that. When I assign a task, I need you to take on that task in its entirety. Otherwise, you have not handled the situation and therefore are putting it back on my plate. I need clear division of labor and tasks within this partnership. When I get really, really, really overstimulated and really, really tired and really, really burnt out, I become robotic in nature and I go to like a default setting that is so sterile and so psychotic and so void of like emotion, and it's just full practicality, full efficiency. And I kind of like love it about myself because I'm like, wow, you could really like take over the fucking world. But also it scares me because I become like full blown ex machina. I'm like, Andrew, this is what I need you to do. And I even speak at that cadence. I'm like, I need you to take the child out of the home for approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes. Please do not return before 3 p.m. I need to recalibrate, record my podcast, take a sauna, pretend both of you don't exist for 46 minutes. And then when you return, I will be here with open, loving arms. Anyways, I'm going to be done complaining in a second, but those fuckers needed to get out of my house. I just need quiet. I woke up this morning. Clyde was clawing at my fucking retina. I'm like, Andrew, wake up with the baby. He's like, okay. Plops him in my fucking bed. He's like, he wanted to cuddle his mommy. I'm like, I will snap your dick off like a corn on the cob at a pumpkin patch, okay? And just fucking put it in the Ninja Creamy. Like, I can't do this right now. He wanted to cuddle with his mama. I'm like, do you think I'm fucking stupid? What are you doing? You're taking a task and you're putting it back on me, and I'm too smart for this, and I will not be vaginally bamboozled by, he wants his mommy. I don't care, okay? He could wait 30 minutes. I'm just entering my second REM cycle. It's so infuriating. And I'm also a little bit congested, so mind the mucus, okay? We need to talk about toxic mom talk because these bitches are fucking stupid and they're broken. And I get, I can't tell if it's satire or not, these women. I think one of them, obviously the really popular one is the Mara Smith. I don't remember. No, Smith and Mara. That's who made my cute necklace. But anyways, I can't tell what is satire and what's not satire anymore. And I'm afraid to say it that I think it's all kind of real. There is a part of me that's like, these bitches are genius if they're fucking with us and this is all a joke. But it's not giving joke. There was this TikTok I watched this morning that said, sick kid, I've got a cure. Or no, things I wish I knew as a first-time mom, okay? So there's this woman. It blew my mind. I watched it 18 times, and I thought, somebody needs to go ring this bitch's doorbell, punch her in the vagina, and walk away and say, you know why, because it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Things I wish I knew as a first-time mom. It's all these, like, highly overcomplicated, messy, labor-intensive hacks that when you could just like pop on over to a Sprouts and get a cough syrup. You know what I mean? So she takes an apple. She has got a mason jar. She puts the apple. Just close your eyes and imagine this, okay? This dumb fucking slut takes an apple, puts it in a mason jar, puts a razor blade, a rogue razor blade in a mason jar, fills it with water, puts on the top, and shakes it. So the razor blade is free balling in the water, slicing off little parts of the apple to get the peel off. It's called a fucking fruit peeler. And all you need to do is, instead of getting a razor blade, a mason jar, water, and shaking so you get carpal tunnel to peel the fucking apple. You could just peel the fucking apple with a goddamn peeler. Then she strains the fucking apple, throws the apple away, takes the rinds, puts it in a pot, tops it with some tart cherry juice, lets it boil, simmers, reduces it, puts it in a cheesecloth, squeezes out the juice, takes a funnel, puts it in a little dropper, and gives her kids like a few drops of the cherry apple rind reduction. Do you understand that you just put 17 extra steps? All you need is some fucking cherry juice and a fucking apple rind, you stupid bitch. Or just go to like a holistic cough syrup alternative. What the fuck are you doing? This is the dumbest thing. And then, oh my God. And then she followed it up with, there was some other, oh my God, no. Oh my God, I blocked it out. Then she takes a head of romaine lettuce, okay? Rinses it, spins it, chops it up, boils it, blanches it, takes the romaine lettuce, sprinkles it in a bathtub with some eucalyptus oil, and then is bathing her kid in boiled romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce has no nutritional value. It's basically glorified fucking water. And by the way, if you boil it, you take all the nutrients out of it. Why are you blanching romaine lettuce? Like, go to fucking Costco, get a Caesar kit, and put it in the fucking bathtub. Your kid this is crazy. You're crazy. And she thinks, I wish I knew it's her first time on my way, do, on my way, do, with the razor blade in the mason jar. And it's not a joke. It's not a joke. She's dead fucking serious. I read every comment. Every fucking comment. And then there's this other dumb bitch, okay, with the pumpkins. And she's like, things I wish I knew at the first time Halloween celebration. She takes a pumpkin. You guys, I can't. This is why I drink. She takes a pumpkin. And she takes a trash bag. And she cuts the trash bag. And then she puts like some paint and some water. And then she wraps up the trash bag. And then she like hits it with a branch. And then she's like, I have a splatter paint pumpkin. It's got like 3 fucking dots on it. And then she shows us her pumpkin motif. And I'm like, what? What the fuck? I mean, that's like pale in comparison. The romaine lettuce boiling, blanching bathtub, I will never get over. I will never forgive her. And I will never, ever forget it. I won't sleep for weeks thinking about this. Weeks. This week's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. This month is all about gratitude. And I am so grateful to have so many people in my life I'm thankful for. But there's one person that really just goes above and beyond, that stands out above the rest, and that's myself. It's sometimes hard to remind ourselves that we're trying our best to make sense of everything. And in this crazy world, that isn't easy. Here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people in your life, including yourself. Therapy is a great tool for anyone. It's not just for people that have experienced major trauma. It can help you set boundaries, learn better coping skills. It's the truest form of self-care that you can give yourself. And BetterHelp is the best place to start. It is entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a questionnaire. BetterHelp's going to match you with a licensed therapist. It is that easy. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/BitchBible today to get 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/BitchBible. Let's discuss something we all care about. What's on your feet, okay? I'm a foot connoisseur, and by foot I mean shoe, which is why I love G-Defy. G-Defy shoes, the shoes your feet have literally been begging for, okay? By the end of the day, our feet are supple, they're tender, they carry us all day, every day. And that's why you need the very best shoes, okay? With support that are going to guide you to fruition, okay? G-Defy provides 2 free orthotics with every shoe and a built-in lateral stabilizer that realigns your body. Sick of feeling like your feet are taking more hits than a Watch What Happens Live guess? G-Defy's patented VersoShock technology absorbs all that shock and stress, so you don't have to. What a great gift for you, your brother, your mother, yourself. Whether you're power walking a brunch or making a dramatic exit, these shoes have your back and your feet. Who knew comfort could be so chic, okay? If you're still walking around in shoes that scream, I'm suffering, babe, it's time for an upgrade. Use Bible for $20 off orders of $100 or more at gdefy.com. That's Bible for $20 off orders of $100 or more at gdefy.com. Sail away, sail away, sail away from Bermuda. Okay, I have the best story. I totally meant to start the show with this, but then I got like so distracted by the lettuce and the razor blades. Okay. So remember when I was like 5 or 6 months pregnant, I went into this foot massage place, okay? And there was a lady eating some type of I feel like it was like a firecracker shrimp or something with one hand, and then like basically fingering me and also saying that, remember the ooh scary? I think the episode is called Oh Scary, because she was like, oh my God, you're so big. And I was like, oh, and she's like, 2 babies? And I'm like, no, just 1 baby. And she's like, no, 2 babies. And I'm like, no, just 1. She's like, you're so big. And I'm like, you're a bitch. But it was unbelievable. And then she was like doing these like a 2-finger kind of like a phalange runway walk down my leg while she was just eating shrimp. Like it was the craziest thing. But I never went back after that because I was just a little scarred from the experience and the body shaming. But then I found myself needing to kill an hour before I picked up Clyde from the adoption center. And I was right in the neighborhood. And I thought, maybe I'll pop in and get like an hour foot massage, answer some emails, do the thing. So I walk in, I'm doing a quick scan. I'm like, is my girl here? She wasn't. I sit down and I was like, yeah, just, whatever, medium pressure, whatever you feel. And the woman goes, do you want your head rubbed? And I was like, oh my God, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. So I close my eyes. I'm like, decompressing. I give myself a few shoulder rolls and I'm like, this place is great. I forgot. I got to start coming here again just because of one bad experience. Like, this is lovely, So I close my eyes. I settle in. She takes my hairband out, which is just like a really regular, like a black kind of, remember those smoothie hairbands with no metal? Now none of them have metal, but back in the day, it used to be a luxury item. Okay. Like a smoothie hairband. I swear to God, there's tranquil music playing. I've settled in. She takes my hair out and she says, she holds it in front of my face and she goes, I like this. I'm not going to do my accent because I will get in trouble. Actually, fuck that. She goes, I like it. And I'm like, oh, the hairband? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. I'm like, yeah, it's a good one. It doesn't really, of course, me. I'm like, yeah, it's good. It doesn't really pull the hair. And I've got really thick hair. Sometimes I snap them, but it's a really nice. And she goes, I like it. And I'm like, yeah, me too. And she's like, I take it. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, I have it. And I say, yeah, sure. Yeah, you can take it. She goes, okay. She proceeds to beat me in the head. And I am just, she puts the hairband, by the way, in her pocket saying, I like it. I take it. I say, have it. Okay. Can we get back to the head rub? She's rubbing my head. It feels fucking amazing. I mean, it kind of hurts. And I do think I have brain damage from it, but I'm like, we're locked in. This is a new day. It's all good. I haven't been, fingered or told I look obese yet. So we're good. She gets down low when she's done with my head rub. Okay. And I'm like, honestly, like on another level because it felt so fucking amazing. She gets close to my ear. Okay. To the point where I jump when she starts talking and she goes, now I look like I was fully electrocuted because she's been rubbing my hair. She's not going to put the hair back in a bun because she's shoplifted my hairband because she like it. And she whispers in my ear and she goes, I get rocks. And I said, what? She goes, I get rocks. And I said, oh, no, that's okay. Like, and she goes, no, I get rocks. I take hairband. I get you rocks. And I'm like, oh, okay. She comes back with these hot rocks, which was quite a nice touch. And she places them. She places 4 rogue rocks on my forehead. Okay. I was hoping to answer some emails, and I'm sitting like somewhat upright. So they keep slipping, and she keeps putting the rocks back on my forehead and whispering low in my ear. She goes, relax. And I'm like, oh, okay. But it wasn't me. I wasn't moving. The rocks are hitting my eyeballs. They're going in my mouth. They're going down to my tits. She's reaching into my cleavage. She spent, I would say 30 of the 60 minutes putting the rocks back on my forehead. I get rocks. I'm like, what? For what? What are the rocks for? What are you going to do with those rocks? I get rocks. And just was putting the rocks, relax. I'm like, no, I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed. I'm not moving. I'm not blinking. I'm not answering emails. I am now purgatory in this. I'm trying to balance the rocks. So then I keep tilting my chin back. Now my neck's hurting because I'm so worried that these rocks are going to slip, and she's going to have to keep interrupting the massage to replace the rocks. And then I finally say, I go, I don't need the rocks. And she goes, no, I do the rocks. And I said, no, I don't need the rocks. Rocks good. I'm like, okay, rocks good. I like rocks. Take the hairband. I walk out of there looking like, first of all, I've got 4 fucking hot spots on my forehead. My hair looks like I got electrocuted. What the fuck? Like, if it couldn't have gotten any worse. Ooh, scary. So big. Ooh, gonna hurt. So big. 2 babies? Big babies. Big babies. Now I've got, it was, you guys, it was like only, and it's too, like, I didn't even know. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Can I tell you something I'm very excited for? We're going to pick it up. We're going to get positive over here. I am so excited to see Wicked. And I Googled this morning, when you're allowed to bring a baby to a movie theater, because, I'm so looking forward to that. Like, that's what I want our thing to be. That's what I used to do with my mom, but she's dead now, just in case you hadn't heard. So I would just like to, keep tradition alive. I have heard the most amazing things about this Wicked movie. The Los Angeles premiere was last night. I'm going to say something bitchy. Okay. And then we're going to go back to positivity. Frankie Grande. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to make a statement that will be used against me in the court of TikTok. Frankie Grande. Just do a little, just pop over. He is my sleep paralysis demon. I find him to be, I mean this respectfully, insufferable. But I'm so excited for Ariana Grande. I mean, this is her moment. This is her Barbra Streisand. This is what's going to take her from a pop star to a superstar. And she's so talented. Everyone that has seen this movie says that it is unfucking believable. And I'm so excited, genuinely excited to see it. I want to weep over Junior Mints, popcorn, and a Diet Coke to Defying Gravity. And I'm not necessarily a musical theater kind of gal. I never saw Wicked, the play. I have kind of a loose plot line, but I'm so genuinely excited for this. I think it's going to be magical. Bring back cinema. That's one of my philanthropic causes. And I feel like Wicked is going to break the cinematic universe. And I'm so excited. I want to call Max and see how he feels about Frankie Grande. I'm going to just see if he gets this. This is friendship 101.
Hello.
Couple questions. How was the El Pollo Loco last night? You're being recorded for the Bitch Bible podcast. Legally, I have to say that too. Last night, Max called me about El Pollo Loco because he wanted that for dinner, and he was going to order mashed potatoes, and we got in a huge fight over it. But he opted for the mac and cheese, which also kind of bothered me because it's just not within the genre of cuisine, and I wanted him to fully commit. And then he was high and he accidentally ordered 2 entrees, which is fine because I'm coming over tomorrow. How was your El Pollo Loco experience?
I'm going to say something.
Okay.
I'm an El Pollo Loco girl. I'm obsessed. I was like, this is literally...
Do you think that's groundbreaking? Yeah, duh.
No, I know, but for me, I've always been a Taco Bell girl. And so for me to transition from Taco Bell to El Pollo Loco, I think El Pollo Loco is my new thing. Also, I felt healthy and skinny eating it.
Health is wealth.
And I'm going to say this. I got the broccoli on the side, like you recommended.
Yes.
Yesterday. The broccoli might have been the winner. It was so good.
It's just like a nice, steamed, unseasoned palate cleanser.
100%. Also, I know that you were against the mac and cheese, and I understand why, but I still, like, it was a nice little treat. Like, I felt like a little, like, oh, but I understand that it kind of went outside the lines of the genre that we were going for.
Which is fine because, listen, I am trying to bring back the barbecue black beans, which is, kind of off genre.
I think that a barbecue black bean over the beans that came with it would have been supreme.
Obviously.
Also, the churros.
I never had them.
Oh my God. Like, literally probably some of the best churros I've ever had. I like audibly gasped as I had them. They were insane.
And did you make little tacos or did you just eat the chicken by itself?
I followed your advice. I made the little tacos. The tortillas were phenomenal.
Oh, so doughy.
Salsas were the two salsas of it all.
Oh my God. The perfect combo.
Yeah, I'm so glad I have another one. I mean, I'll save it for you for tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be good, but I think I'll order it regardless every day.
Listen to this fucking amateur. He's like, do I do breast and a wing or a drumstick and a thigh? I was like, fucking breast and a wing.
You know what? I did it. I followed your advice.
I know.
You're an influencer.
It's so true. I have a question for you. I have been pretty balls deep in the Wicked premiere last night.
Yes.
How do you feel about Frankie Grande?
How do I feel about Frankie Grande? How do I feel about Frankie Grande?
Max, I can't.
I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I've had such a journey with Frankie.
Okay.
I have gone from like, that's interesting, to I cannot stand this person. Like Frankie Big Brother, I was like, fucking kill me. Now, I think Frankie is so Frankie that I'm fascinated. And I have so many questions. Like, does Ari like him, not like him? Does Joan, the mother, like him, not like him? Do we understand how annoying Frankie is? Does everyone in the family know? Or is this just like a thing that like Ari still is obsessed with it? Like, I want to know the intricacies of it.
Like the audacity.
Oh, it's insane. Also, does he know how like a clinger he is on to his sister's career? Like, I'm so...
It's like, I would like to I just would like to talk about him, like, independent of Ariana Grande. I got a video. I was presented a video in my TikTok, my Instagram Reels for you, like a review of him, like, doing some voiceover with a bandage over his nose and, like, you bitches wish.
Like a nose job.
That's great. I'm so happy for him. But I don't have the emotional bandwidth to deal with Frankie Grande.
Right. No, I fully relate.
Like in any capacity ever for the rest of my life. Like he makes me uncomfortable from a distance.
Let me tell you something. There is a video. The only reason that I got through the pandemic is that there was a video of him singing Rain on Me, which was originally sung by Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga, in the shower where he's shirtless and proceeds to pour rainbow-colored water on his head and sing Rain on Me a cappella. No. And when I say...
No.
If I'm ever having a bad day, if I'm ever just having dark thoughts... That's what I turn on, because it is just, I think if Frankie can do it, so can I.
I don't really love that mindset for you or anybody. That's not really what I would like to preach here on the Bitch Bible podcast, but I'm glad that helps you get out of bed.
Oh my God, because it's wild. It's wild.
He hurts my feelings and makes me like, I don't... Like, I just don't want to bear eyes on what he's presenting.
It's dark in there. You look too close into Frankie Grande and you turn into a sea witch.
Something is off.
Deeply.
And also, like, are we allowed to just say that someone's really fucking annoying?
No, I think so.
Like, why do we have to even give context? It's fucking weird and it's annoying. And I just want to say how I feel about everything all the time.
Okay, well, share it. Share your feelings. Speak it from your chest.
Like, I don't want to. I can't do it with him. He makes me upset. He, like, makes me sad. Anyways, Wicked's going to be great. Can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to see it. Okay, well, okay. Let me ask you this. Frankie Grande calls.
Mm-hmm.
She says, Jackie,
No.
I want to come on your pod. I want to come on, and you can ask me anything you want.
No.
Okay.
Max? No. I like rocks. I'll talk to you later. Love you.
Love you, bye.
Bye. He doesn't, by the way. He has no idea about the rocks. We just keep it fucking moving. Guys, I've got a little list, and for the holidays, I'm going to share it, checking it twice, of just, you know what I'm going to do for my Christmas episode? People, Places, and Things I Hate Christmas edition, just to spread joy once again. When did I do that? Was that for my birthday? That was fun. Yeah, I got to do it for every holiday. Oh my God. And on Thanksgiving, I'll do a list of things that I'm not appreciative for. That I like a disgratitude list, starting with fucking Frankie Grande. There's something that really gets into my soul about I'm happy for people to express themselves and live out loud and be who they are. But I think that it is in every human being's best interest to have a bit of self-awareness. And when I see people vacant of it, and I have to say, I have to take accountability here. I was listening to some old episodes of mine, and I don't know that girl. I can't believe the way that I spoke and the things that I said, because I am severely lacking full self-awareness. And I think about like what my friends must have thought when I was saying things like that. Like, I sound like a puffer. There's nothing worse in the world than someone who's like puffing and flexing. And it was very much of a fake it till you make it mindset, I think. But I said things that were like awful and stupid and untrue and embarrassing and obnoxious, but with no truth behind it. Like, just like disgusting. And I'm so mortified, but happy that I have the bandwidth to look back and be like, that bitch is fucking stupid, and still very stupid, but living fully in my truth. You know, I can back my shit up now. Back then, I said something. It was an episode that never got published, and I like make a joke about Taylor Swift. I'm like, I'm like talking about being at this billboard party or whatever, that I was only there by proxy of like 4 other people. I was barely fucking there, and I'm making it like I'm like jet setting around town. I didn't have a fucking car, a job, a dollar, a wish, a dream, or a hope. Okay. And I'm like, you know, a woman about town. It's so embarrassing. But this isn't about me. This is about fucking Frankie Grande. There's something, it's just not in touch with reality, and it makes me uncomfortable, and then it makes me push it away. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating to watch people so untethered to reality. And that's what keeps me up at night. I like rocks. I am what I like to call a unlicensed sommelier, a wine connoisseur. And honestly, I used to just like get stuck in a rhythm of drinking the same bottle because I knew I liked it. And then I thought, Jackie, broaden your goddamn horizons, which is why I love our next partner, Naked Wines. They have changed the game for learning about wine and, more importantly, drinking it. This podcast is sponsored by Naked Wines. Naked Wines is a subscription service that directly connects you with the world's finest independent winemakers, so you can get award-winning wine delivered straight to your door. They cut out the middlemen, so you're getting like top quality wines for a fraction of the price. Naked Wines believes that great wine is an experience, and they're all about helping you connect with your friends, family, and community over a shared bottle of wine. With the holidays coming up, it's so great to have nice bottles that you can bring to people's homes for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, etc., etc. Great gifts. I've got the best deal in town. Now is the time to join the Naked Wines community. Head to nakedwines.com/Bible and put in my code Bible for both the code and password for 6 bottles of wine for just $39.99 with shipping included. That is nakedwines.com/Bible and code Bible for 6 bottles of wine for just $39.99. This week's episode is sponsored by Squarespace. The Bitch Bible brand would be nothing without Squarespace. They helped me build my brand, and they continue to innovate so I can stay cutting edge. Whether you're building a website from scratch or have had one for years, Squarespace can always help you upgrade. They have this amazing new feature called Design Intelligence, which combines 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology to unlock your strongest creative potential. Design Intelligence empowers anyone to build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to their unique needs and create a unique digital identity to use across your entire online presence. Okay. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/Bible to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Am I supposed to know what's going on with Brianna Chicken Fry and Luke Bryan? I don't know who either of these people are. The internet is ablaze. Okay, I'm going to do my version of a recap with absolutely no intel or information. Country crooner Luke Bryan. I better get his name right or I'm going to get in fucking trouble. Zach Bryan. Zachary Lane Bryan. Okay, born April 2nd, 1996. Okay. From Oolaga, Oklahoma. He was in a relationship with a woman named Tiana Brianna Chicken Fry LaPaglia. Okay? They broke up. He been writing songs about her. She has a podcast on Barstool Sports. She was alleged a $12 million NDA from Little Luke. And by Luke, I mean Zach Bryan. She said, "No, Zach." Then people thought Dave Portnoy paid her $12 million, $10 million for a tell-all. She says, "No, Dave, I'll tell my story. He was allegedly emotionally abusive. And now they're broken up. He tried to silence her. She said, "No, Zach, I will not be silenced," and we celebrate her. He looks like a little hamster, a little fire-crotch country crooning hamster. I don't like him one bit. This is my southern accent. He's got a new song, and it's called High Road. And I'm going to Google really quick and make sure nobody I knew wrote that damn song, because I don't want to get in trouble. But, oh, I made that up. He's not from Oklahoma. He's from Okinawa, Japan. Is that true? Wait, why does it say that he's from Japan? I mean, he could be from Japan, but I don't know. Oh, maybe he was a Navy boy. God bless him. Just kidding. Fuck him. I have no clue. You guys, I can only keep up with so many things. I've been on a Frankie Grande trajectory. I don't know what's going on. Is her last name Chicken Fry? Or is that a stage name? It's a weird stage name. Chicken Fry. I was like, that's the craziest last name I ever heard. Did they come in from the fucking Rhode Island? What is it? Ellis Island? And they're like, well, let's go with Chicken Fry. It's funny. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on, but good for her for, I'm probably butchering so many elements of this story and probably going to have to issue some form of an apology next week, but I'm only operating from no knowledge of the situation like a true fucking journalist. Proud of her for declining the big bucks to tell her story and live in her truth. And he's ugly, so who cares, right? Fuck that guy. It baffles me. You see a couple like this. She's hot. She's got a gorgeous jawline. He literally looks like a little leprechaun. He looks like he works at medieval times, and he's like one of the horses, he like hides under one of the horses. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when 4 people pretend to be the horse's legs and it's like a faux horse situation. I don't know. These ugly fucking dudes. Like, it's always the ugly short ones that look like they're inbred, that like they fucked a cousin, that are pulling all the weird shit. Like, you're not cute enough. I couldn't name one Zach Bryan song. I don't know if you're from Oklahoma, if you're from Japan. Okay, what's his most played song? Something in the Orange. LOL. Fire crotch, dumb bitch. Heading south, Sun to Me, I Remember Everything, featuring Casey Musgraves. I'm not impressed. I don't know any of his music, and I'm on the right side of history, so chicken fry, you go, girl. Love you like a sister. Mazel tov. That's my pop culture news for the week. Okay, I've taken a second. I've taken a beat. And I've collected myself. I have 2 things that I really want to discuss this week. And just more important topical things that I want to share with the world. First things first. When are we going to stop with the Boursin cheese of it all? I need clarity on who Boursin Cheese's publicist is, because I would like to hire them for a rebrand. When the fuck did we all start losing our minds over the Boursin cheese? Here is my truth. I have nostalgic feelings towards a Boursin, a rondelay, if you will, which I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and don't, because I don't have the bandwidth, but a rondelay and a Boursin, are they different or are they brothers? Because they feel exactly the same to me. Did rondelay rebrand as a Boursin? All I know is that everyone's losing their fucking minds about a Boursin baked pasta, a Boursin mac and cheese, abortion. What's with the Boursin of it all? Okay, why are we throwing a big hunk of Boursin into a pasta sauce, into a chili, into a Tupperware, into a fish, into a bowl of tomatoes, into cranberries, into carrots, into stroganoff? Like, what are we doing? I don't get it. You know how I love a Boursin? When I'm feeling just like down home and with the people, I'll go to Trader Joe's and I'll get a like smoked trout, a water cracker, and a Boursin. And I put the Boursin on the water cracker and then I top it with just a little bit of like a cracked pepper smoked trout or fish. And I find that to be kind of a lovely, attainable snack, you know? But I'm not putting a Boursin in a bowl full of noodles and then baking it. You know why? Because it reminds me of my community college roommate. Her name was Michelle, but she had a lisp. So it was more like Mathel. And it's in poor taste to make fun of people with speech impediments. But I also think it's kind of funny. And if I had a speech impediment, which I low-key do, and if my son ever has a speech impediment, I'll teach him that to lean in and make it funny because of all the things in the world. Like, speech impediments are kind of cool. You know what I mean? And there is a cure. So a little touch of a lisp never hurt nobody. So Mathel would buy like a pre-made chicken Alfredo pasta from Costco. And she really was the original influencer. She would put it in a baking sheet, and then she would add a jar of ranch dressing, and then she would crumble up Cheez-Its and put it on top and bake it. And it was her secret family recipe, and I can barely even talk about it without my throat closing up and dry heaving, because there is nothing for me personally more just like imagine a baked ranch. She's probably losing her fucking mind wherever she is. Mathel, I miss you. And she is having a Boursin casserole. I've been doing this so long that I forget that like nobody else says this shit because they're so afraid of getting canceled. I'm not. I like rocks. I get rocks. Okay. I like it. I get rocks. Yeah, so I'm not like getting on board with the Boursin of it all. My second thought, Taylor Swift went out with Zoe Kravitz and she wore, I think it was probably Vivienne Westwood. It looks like Vivienne Westwood. A corset medieval midi length A-line dress with a mule, like a patent mule, and a wispy kind of like effortless updo. Oh my God, look at this little ringlet coming out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Somebody needs a keratin treatment, and her name is Jackie. For me to talk shit the way that I do, looking the way that I do, is just unconstitutional. But here we are. She was up. I think I read that they were, they exited their party or their dinner, whatever, at like 5 a.m., which I love for Taylor Swift. Like I just think that's amazing. You know what I mean? She's bleeding out on stage. She's hanging out with her girlfriend, going through a breakup. Can you imagine like being up partying or doing whatever till 5 a.m. and then having a sea of photographers and you have to act composed for 13 seconds while you exit the door to the car? I'd be like, fuck off. You're still here? Go home, losers. Like I would be just, I mean, I wouldn't, but like internally I'd be like, literally go home. Really? Did you get the shot? Like I'm, and you can tell both of them are like, hold it together, have some water, don't blink, don't laugh, don't just compose. That's got to be so fucking exhausting. But you know what I love about the girls? They still fucking do it. You could be so plagued by that where you just want to stay home, never leave the house, hibernate, but they're still ready to rumble. They're still ready to hit the town. And we got to appreciate it. You know, would I love to see Taylor Swift in like a cool baggy jean with like a sneaker, a sweater, a leather jacket? You know, I would. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. And then the Swifties, they're like, did you see the name of her dress? It's called the Serpentine dress. Serpentine has 7 letters. You know what else has 7 letters? Reputation. And she wore it on a Sunday. I'm like, dude, you guys, it's like every Swiftie thinks that they're fucking John Nash in A Beautiful Mind. And maybe they are. Okay. I'm not that smart. You know, I'm not sitting at home with a pack of red strings connecting the dots to when Reputation's going to come out. You know, when she decides to delight us with Reputation TV, Taylor's version, that's what that stands for the kids at home, then we'll get it when she's ready. Like, she's done enough this year. Calm down. She's giving us, you know, red lip and bustiers at the football games. Like, she's done enough, okay? Richard is only going to get the best because he deserves it. And that's why I recently switched over to Sunday's dog food, which is truly the creme de la creme. True story. I ran out, and I'm not making this up. Within days, I noticed the difference of his disposition, his skin, his digestion, everything. And I was like, hello, I need more Sunday's dog food. Sunday's is fresh dog food made from a short list of human-grade ingredients. Sunday's contains 90% meat, 10% superfoods, and 0% synthetic nutrients or artificial ingredients. Dog parents report noticeable health improvements in their pups, including softer fur, fresher breath, better poops, and more energy after switching to Sunday's. It's also so convenient. Unlike other fresh dog food, Sunday's does not require refrigeration or preparation because of their air drying process. So you can just pour and serve. That is why I love this so much. All of the other like fresh dog foods, they're smelly. They take up space in your fridge. They're messy. This is so clean. And I've really just noticed the difference immediately. Get 40% off your first order of Sundays. Go to sundaysfordogs.com/Bible or use code Bible at checkout. That is 40% off your first order of Sundays. Oh my God, I got to land the cliffhanger from cliffhanger. I watched the Martha Stewart documentary. Loved every second, relate on a cellular level. She has so many amazing unintentional one-liners in this documentary. It's on Netflix if you haven't seen it. She's so surgical in her way of communicating. And I love it so much. This is a woman that has not been tarnished by the industry. She is a fuckless cunt, and I love her. It is so honest. It's so refreshing. It's so logical and rational, and her story is just insane. It's so wild, and it's such a great watch. I also just like love the aesthetic of it, which is just so classic Martha Stewart. Like the text, the colors, the visuals, the way that she even describes like marketing, homemaking, which now in 2024 is obviously, I mean, I think it's having a bit of a resurgence, but like for a long time, it was not of the times. Like it was very, could be considered on paper like setting us back, or, you know, anti-feminist, or, you know, overly like heteronormative, like the women at home in the aprons roasting a chicken. But the way she does it is with such like authority and confidence and like authenticity that it all kind of makes sense. And that girl is a fucking killer. I did not know she was the first female billionaire. And just the way, it's really interesting because I never knew like the intricacies of her prison time or what she was accused of doing. And it was kind of crazy because like if you get a call from someone being like, hey, I'm selling this stock, and that's a friend of yours, like if you didn't pursue the information, watch Jackie Goes to Jail. Honestly, can you imagine the spinoff show? Jackie Does Jail. My sister has always said that I would kill in jail. Let's see if she picks up. Now we're just phoning it in. Quite literally. My sister has said since we were kids, if Jackie ever had to go to jail, she would be just fine.
Hi.
Hey, Ashley, where would I do great?
There's not really much. Like I said, prison.
Thank you. Have a great day.
See you later.
Bye. As you can see, would kill prison. I would be running the place in 48 hours. I'd have like a whole posse. I'd be like figuring out how to make hooch in the bathroom. I would be live, laugh, loving. I'd be the homecoming princess of the local county prison. Would kill, would do well, would reframe, would like take it as like a kind of a, I don't know, like a self-care journey. I'd be totally fine. I'd come out of there unscathed. I just would. You know, when you just know yourself and you know you'd be great at and you know what you'd be terrible at? Like, would I be great on a cruise ship? Of course not. Don't ever need to go. Saw a video of like 700 birds that invaded a cruise ship and that got stuck on like the bottom deck. You know, the part of the ship, like the rooms that have no windows or balconies, like the interior of the ship. Literally 5 million birds just like flocking in someone's room. I would die. I would die. I'm not great in a group travel situation with mandated activities, which is why we're going to Europe in like a month or so. I am so violently planning the itinerary because I want to go hands off deck. And I just like, there's got to be allocated free time. Like I can't hang out with my family for, Andrew and I are going a little early, so we get a little, you know, us time. But like I can't be in a group setting, a mandated group setting with group meals for more than 5 days. Like I have to break free. At least when it's like my family, I could be like, listen, everyone knows Jackie needs like 3 hours to recalibrate. Or like sometimes I don't want to talk because I get so overstimulated by everything that in order to just like get back to a baseline, I have to be alone. Like I can't talk. We get no form of communication, you know? So, you know, it's good to know your strengths and weaknesses, but like, would I kill in jail? Yes. Did I just make Martha Stewart's documentary about me? Yes. This is why I probably should get like a co-host or something because it's getting just all very insular. The moral of this story is Martha Stewart, love her forever. The documentary is amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You should watch it. I also watched The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, most current episode. I think I love Bronwyn. I don't totally trust her because of her outfit choices, but I like her and I like her husband. I love Lisa Barlow. I'm happy that she's mended her friendship with Meredith Marks. I like them as friends, and I'm happy that they've been able to get over that hump, you know, because it was pretty toxic. It didn't feel like it was able to be repaired, but I think that they've gotten to a better place. Where is Mary Cosby? That's all I fucking care about. Whitney Rose and her husband with those outfits. Never trust a bitch with that fireplace, and never him in that Gucci t-shirt with that trucker hat. It dehydrates the vagina in ways I really can't express. Also watch The Real Housewives of Orange County reunion part 1. Tamara's had a rough season. Tamara's had a really, really rough season. And I gotta say, I liked, not loved, but I didn't not enjoy Katie this season. I don't know that she brought a lot to the table, but I felt like Dr. Jen brought nothing to the table. And even though she had the dramatic, you know, the weird Ryan, whatever his fucking name was, and that marriage was clearly crumbling, I was colossally disinterested in her storyline. I haven't been disinterested in Katie's storyline. I'm just like, I don't feel kind of either way, but there was a point in time where I'm like, oh, maybe she's like kind of normal. You know what I mean? Maybe she is reading the temperature of the room. And for that, I can appreciate her. Reunion part 1, there were some stories that don't totally line up for me. And I was confused by that. And I'm sort of doubting her credibility, to be honest. I think my favorite on Real Housewives right now is, I will take a bullet for Shannon Beador. I mean, she is one of the greatest housewives of our time. Mount Rushmore, Shannon Beador makes Mount Rushmore for me. Emily Simpson is fucking great. And I'm going to tell you why. She makes an amazing housewife because she is, you know, she's never lying. Like, you know, she's keeping it 100. And I can't say that about a lot of housewives. I can't think of any other housewives off the top of my head right now. I'm sure I could, like, you know, give me a second. I think she's being straightforward and honest and herself all the time. I think when she gets upset about something, it's not put on, it's not fabricated, it's not cranked up for television. I really think that she is navigating as herself, honestly, on television, which is really, really hard to do. I think Kyle Richards is another one that is pretty fucking authentic, especially now that she's like clear and, you know, like a couple margaritas, maybe you want to stir the pot a little bit. But I think that she's really operating as herself all the time. And I can really, really, really fucking appreciate it. And Emily Simpson, same way. Like, I feel like she's really, like, I trust her perspective on kind of everything because I think she just lays it all on the line and is being herself. And for that, we love you, Emily Simpson. Okay. This episode is dedicated to you, Emily. I get rocks. Love you. Thank you for listening. I am sorry. Next week, get ready for me, honey, because you don't know what's coming. Give us 5 stars on the podcast app, on Spotify. Share it with your friends. Tag me in your videos or don't. And I like rocks.